Thank you for tuning in this Sunday evening. With Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan, and we're joined by our reporter David Aldridge on the sidelines. Almost halfway through the season, let's check out the standings in the East. Taking a look here at the visitors, they're looking extremely sharp right now, poised in the top spot and playing very well. And, of course, there's the Celtics, 8 games out.
And seeing where the Celtics are, they're not an opponent any team wants to see on their schedule. They've been producing all season long, and guys, I don't see them slowing down anytime soon.
Well, if you're able to strike fear into your opponent before even stepping on the floor, you're doing something right.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Ben Simmons is out there with Bird. Then there's Brandon Miller. Then it's Fred VanVleet, and it's Bull in at the 5 down low. And for Boston, the guards are Pritchard and White. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Brown in at the 3 spot.
Well, if Porzingis gets within arm's length of the hoop, he's not going to make many mistakes.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
2 points, that one goes.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
Here's Simmons. Pass to VanVleet. And here's Bird. Simmons with it. White covering. Miller outside. Off target from outside. And so Brown will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
I like their aggressiveness in that one. No one's going to give you anything. You've got to go out and take it.
Well, those are the kinds of performances you hope carry over into some momentum for this one.
Here's Bull. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. Bird passes to Miller. Shoots over Brown. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Down low, White. And White with the stuff.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Now Simmons. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Clippers. He's looking for Bull and finds him. Ball's knocked loose. Tatum with it, and it's Miller picking him up. Tatum drives in, and slam dunk by Tatum.
Well, Tatum has some length on him. Gets down that lane in a hurry.
Pass to Bird. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
And it is dangerous to let him get it going this early.
Basket counts.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
There are so many different roles Jaylen Brown can take on for his team.
And Brown drops them both. GA, we are right in the thick of the season. What's an overlooked challenge for these players right now?
Staying fresh. You have to take care of your body and your mind. That'll pay dividends in the stretch run.
Now, here is Bird. 37 points in the win against the Clippers in Los Angeles. And the dunk by Bull.
That's just too easy for Ball. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
Brown against Bird. Brown deciding where to go with it. Outside, White. Tatum setting the pick for White. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here's Porzingis for a three. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
Miller kicks to Van Vliet. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Simmons inside. Wide on it. Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
And the closer Simmons gets to the rim, the more dangerous he becomes. I love watching him in attack mode.
Poked away and stolen by Miller. Bird against Brown. Bird passes to Bull. Now here is Bird. It's good. This game is all even. Bird's got 9.
Well, I know we don't want to jinx it, but he's still perfect from the field in this quarter.
Miller against White. Outside Tatum from downtown. They get it back. Nice shot by Porzingis. That's 7 points for Porzingis.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Simmons looking it over. Screen by Simmons. Here's Van Vliet. Porzingis with the block.
What a swat by the big man Porzingis. You always have to be careful shooting when he's lurking.
Miller outside. Beyond the arc. Pass to Simmons. Miller outside. 6 on the shot clock. Count that one from Van Vliet.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Brown the pass to Porzingis. And here is Tatum. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Van Vliet on the wing. He picked up 18 points in their last win against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
Fred Van Vliet, 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And, you know, it takes an intelligent player to match up with bigger guys and win. Fred VanVleet is that player. He can outsmart guys who have, on paper, the advantage.
Mo Wagner's checked in for Bull. And so Van Vliet nails both of them. Celtics trail by 3. Here's Pritchard. An 11-point game for him in the win against Phoenix.
And even if you took away his points, he was still an offensive force because of his passing. His assist numbers were tremendous.
Now Miller, after Jason Tatum missed on that last three-pointer.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
And in the paint, Porzingis doesn't give the defense any opportunity there. He just stays aggressive and draws the foul.
That free throw good from Porzingis. And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to health. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
Now here's Bird. 9 points in the game so far. Goes back up, and he lays it up and in. Bird's got 11 points.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Tatum passes to Pritchard. Back to Tatum. And that one comes up a bit short.
Well, you can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
Caruso, the pass to Bird. he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Few players have the overall game of Larry Bird. Obviously, we know he can shoot the lights out, but he's also an elite level passer.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And the first one at the line is good. Well, Coach, Boston has been so close to that 18th NBA championship banner, finally able to win the title last season.
Yeah, they've been to the conference finals 6 times in the last 8 years. Lost in the 2022 finals. They got over the top with 2 additions. Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis. Those guys really helped. Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
Brown outside. The Celtics working the ball around now. And he's good on the 3-ball. 5 points in the game.
Well, you know, when Brown's hitting the 3, it really opens up this offense.
Van Vliet passes to Christie. Van Vliet outside. Pass to Wagner. And finished off by Wagner.
Yeah, powerful finish from Wagner. Don't get in his way.
Here's Pritchard. Still yet to score. Here's Tatum. Defended by Caruso. Tatum against Caruso. White, good.
I like that from White. Attacking the heart of that defense.
Gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Van Vliet with it. He's got 5. Pass to Caruso. And here's Wagner. Headed by Porzingis. 5 on the clock. From outside the arc, Porzingis with the rebound.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks. Oh, you got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
Bird sets the screen for Van Vliet. It's Bird, top of the key. Pass to Christie. And Tatum pulls it down.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always. Caruso finds Bird. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Porzingis. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
Taking 2 shots.
Free throw good. Bird. Bird hits them both.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
And here is Brown. A 20-point game for him in the win against Phoenix.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game. Both teams racking up the points to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their teams.
Here's Hauser. An 11-point game for him in the win against Phoenix. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And guys, Point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Now here's Van Vliet. He has 5. Out to Bird. Wagner against Horford. To the middle. Van Vliet passes to Bird. Over Craig. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
The shots are certainly falling for him here in the early stages.
Right side Horford. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
And folks, this is Horford in his zone. Wasn't going to let that opportunity slip away.
Van Vliet kicks to Bird. Back to Van Vliet. Pass to Christie. Shot clock at 5. Such a wide open look.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Boston. 8-point game. Here's Shireman. There's 38 seconds left in the first. Tatum down low. Defended by Caruso. And Stan, as he enters his prime, Jason Tatum is shooting to become the face of the NBA.
Yeah, and Kevin, he knows winning is the key. For a star player on a great team, learning that balance, when to take over and when to set up your teammates, is a big part of it.
And that one falls for Tatum.
Well, it's so impressive how Jason Tatum has just continued to strengthen his game. He's a star who isn't easily satisfied by his own play and always wants to do more.
Evan Fournier's checked in for Boston. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Well, you win and lose as a team, so the fact that they're trailing isn't all on him. But with that said, he's had a rough shooting performance.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Now here's Tatum. 26 points for him last game against Phoenix. 11 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Boston shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
At the line for 2 shots.
And that one falls for Tatum. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Up in time. And no good on the last second attempt this time. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Up 8. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disrupted.
Well, their defense was incredible. Wreaking havoc and coming up with steals left and right. Just a tremendous effort.
We've got Alex Caruso. Watford out there with Nance. Then it's Miller, and it's Pippen in at the 1 spot. Here's Miller, just 5 to shoot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg, what's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, you know, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
He's off on the second. Celtics trail by 9. And Fournier kicks to Tatum. Ah, there's Tatum's range on display.
Solid from 3. Tatum is not shy about firing away.
Pippen the pass to Miller. Pass to Nance. Pippen outside. Nance a screen on Fournier. Pippen finds Caruso. From outside, off the mark. Boston's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And the dunk by Tatum.
Yeah, a lot of strength and power in that Tatum slam.
Pippen against Fournier. Now, here's Pippen. Still without a basket. All sorts of time. Rebounded by Tatum.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Pass to Craig. Here's Fournier. Nice ball movement by Boston. Here's Horford. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Fournier against Pippen. Caruso. And the 3 ball is good. Caruso's got 6.
And Caruso knows how to catch defenses off guard. Great work off that catch.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Now, here is Miller. 11 points for him in that last game against the Clippers.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
Bol, he's checked in for Larry Nance.
Shooting for the away team, Miller, line for 1.
Miller, no good on the free throw. Celtics trail by 5. Hauser the pass to Craig. Good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Miller outside. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And he banks in the layup. He's got 5.
And this is what you like about Miller. He has great range from 3, but he can also make tough shots in traffic.
Here's Shireman. No scoring in this one. Here's Tatum. And Bol pulls it down. Gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And Miller throws it down hard.
Add that to the highlight reel for Miller. I'm sure it'll grow quickly.
Steps back. Tatum, that's for 2. And another basket for Boston. Gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Inside, here's Bol. Back to Pippen. Out to Miller. Caruso against Tatum. He takes it in. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Let's see some of the numbers here for Brandon Miller.
And guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
first one falls for him. All right, Stan, hypothetical situation. Down one, shot clock is off. If you could pick anyone in the NBA, who do you want taking that shot?
Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, Kevin. The guy who really made my career for me as a head coach. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He was the best that I ever saw. Not only did he have the ability to make clutch shots, he managed the game clock as well as anybody I've ever seen.
The situation was never too big for him, was it?
Never was, and he's so smart in addition to being as talented as he was. And given how tall Porzingis is, not many guys are going to block his shot, especially when he's this close.
Van Vliet outside to the right side. Miller surveying the floor. Over Tatum. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Puts up a three. Caruso grabs the miss. Gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum. Larry Bird's checked in for Alex Caruso.
Number 33, Larry Bird.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
Well, as a coach, you want to cover just 1 or 2 major points. That way guys can absorb it and go out and execute.
Here's Bird. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
And at 7'2", Bull has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
Pass to Porzingis. Over Bull. And shot on the way. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Hauser's got his first points of the night. Here's Miller. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Pritchard, guarded by Simmons. A shot by Pritchard, no good. Gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. On the wing, Bird. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Horford sets a screen for Tatum. Pass to Horford. And a dunk by Horford.
Horford really looking like an ageless wonder throwing it down.
Bull inside. He's against Porzingis. Van Vliet right side. Shot clock at 6. Horford against Bird. Down it drops through the net for his 9th bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Outside, Horford. Austin needs to get off a shot. The 3. Great D that time from Van Vliet. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. That's 7 points for Fred Van Vliet.
Oh, tricky play by Van Vliet to beat the close coverage. Slipping pass there for the finish.
Tatum passes to Porzingis. Horford in the post, covered by Miller, and there's Horford. That's good on the assist by Porzingis.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Van Vliet deciding where to go with it. Pass to Bird. Back to Van Vliet. Simmons sets a screen for Van Vliet. Puts it up from 12. No good from Simmons. Celtics trail by 7. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said, "We can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger." Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, D.A., for sure. Now Van Vliet following the Porzingis miss from deep. Van Vliet passes to Bol.
And the pick and roll delivers. Van Vliet making the right decision, giving up the rock.
Boston's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
Here we go, fans. Time to make some noise for Boston's own Celtics Entertainment.
Some of the best free throw shooters in the NBA. Let's highlight them. You look at Bird, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line, and it's nearly automatic.
And you simply got to avoid sending him to the line. Absolutely no one has better form from the stripe than he does.
Here's White. Scoring his third straight basket in 3 tries.
How about the inbound pass there? Easy bucket.
Now Van Vliet, he has 7. Pass to Bird. Clock at 6. Over Craig. Not enough on that one as it misses. Celtics trail by 7. Brown with it. Now Bol defending. Brown, no good. And here we go. Fast break, and Bird's got it. And so White will bring it up for the Celtics. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Nuggets at Ball Arena in Denver. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking. I don't even think he realized he could be this good.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Craig with a screen on Bird. Here's Brown. The shot from the low post is good. Brown's got 5 points in the quarter.
Terrific finish there from Brown. He goes up strong and absorbs the contact.
Miller up on top. He's covered by Brown. Miller kicks to Bird.
2 minutes.
Bol setting the pick for Bird. Puts it up from 12. And it's Bol that time on the assist by Bird. Bird's got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, inside, Bol does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Now here's Brown. He's got 10. Count that one.
Yeah, it took just enough off of it for the floater.
1:32 left in the second quarter. Crafty move. Porzingis with the block.
And just fast off the floor to challenge shots. Porzingis, this helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
And here's Bird following the three-pointer by Derek White. On Monday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Sacramento Kings. And then on Wednesday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls.
Well, you can bet the crowd is going to be amped in that game. They've been on a roll lately, and we all know just how loud that building can be when things are going well.
Boston making a switch here. Kate is checked in. Bird hits them both. Celtics trail by 3. Outside, White. Brown wide open. He fires. And again, Boston with the triple.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Van Vliet passes to Simmons. Bird outside. Here's the 3. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Bird's got 28.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Pass to Pritchard. Here's Brown. And Ball sends it back.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis.
0-18 ball.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. That shot wide open. Bird's got 31.
And that's one way to extend the lead. Continue to light it up from long range. They have all the confidence in the world right now from the three-point line.
Here's Brown, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And over time, we've seen Brown ease into accepting more responsibility on offense. He's now a dangerous scorer.
Here's Bird. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Up by 4. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
Howdy, folks. I know you've all been clamoring to find out how the Rookie of the Year race is looking, and we are not letting you down.
Acclimating to the league is not that easy. These guys are already accepting the challenges and the rigors of the NBA, and they're crushing it. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm curious to see which. Now moving on to the Boston Celtics and the close first half they played.
Their trouble is defending the arc. It's got to be a team effort. Just one breakdown, that's all it takes to give up 1-3.
I love playing these types of defenses. I'm ready to lace them up right now and knock some threes down myself, Ernie.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been one outstanding game from Larry Bird.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. The guards are Pritchard and White, and it's Brown in at the 3 slot. That's the Boston 5. Simmons' shot is good.
And every jumper Simmons makes gives the defense more to think about. That's a nice shot.
Pritchard passes to Brown. Oh, good with the triple. Gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Outside, Simmons. Bird outside. Bull setting the pick for Bird. Just 5 on the clock. An easy 2 points on the layup. Bird's got 33 points.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Here's Tatum following the basket by Larry Bird.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Now, here is Miller. 9 points in the game so far. Yep, that one goes in there.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
And so Brown will bring it up for the Boston Celtics, trailing by 10.
Well, half halftime is supposed to be for adjustments. I'm sure this isn't what they had in mind.
Van Vliet kicks to Simmons. Back to Van Vliet. Miller outside. Over Brown. Miller, no luck.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, I loved being around the game. And so 2 things happened that drove me into coaching. Number 1, I loved baseball and I couldn't hit one. So that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way. So if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps. Terrific story. Now here's Simmons. Bird outside. Van Vliet on the wing. Pass to Simmons. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Looking at some numbers for Simmons. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Averaging about 4 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
Yeah, look, it's not about being a stat stuffer. It's about being a guy coaches can count on and an asset to the team as a whole.
Porzingis against Bull. White looking around. Over Bird. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Now here's Simmons. Spins. Pass to Bull. And the dunk by Bull.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Here's White. They trail by 11. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Larry Bird.
Well, look, if you're trying to slow down White, you first have to match his activity level.
And that one falls for White. And both free throws good for White.
Well, White is such a well-rounded player. He can run the offense, act as an off-ball threat, he sets screens, and he's an all-defensive team level player. He checks a lot of boxes.
Now here's Dosunmu. Wagner a screen on Brown. Dosunmu kicks it out to Van Vliet. Pass to Bird. Got opportunity, and no good. Celtics trail by 9. Stan, as you know, in past years, Peyton Pritchard had always wanted a starting role. Now, more opportunity, and he has responded.
Yeah, Kevin, he's very competitive and certainly deserving of rotation minutes. He is just now entering his prime.
Here's Van Vliet. Miller outside. Rebounded by the Celtics. Brown's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's Bird with the rebound. Bird's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you watch Miller, he keeps the defense on its heels. They don't know what he's going to do.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
Taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good for Miller. Boston with the ball. Stolen by Van Vliet. And they're running. And it's Dosunmu with the jam.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Pass to White. Outside, Porzingis. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Drains the three-pointer. Tatum's got 19 points.
Well, when it comes to his jump shooting, Tatum is extremely efficient in catch-and-shoot situations.
Van Vliet with the bounce pass. Bird against Tatum. Shot's good from Bird. Bird's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game, and he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
There's Brown with the three, and that's collected by Bird. Bird's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Van Vliet, and it's sent back by White. Here's Tatum. Tatum slips by the contact inside.
Yeah, there's that added strength of Tatum really helping him down low.
Van Vliet passes to Bird. Here's the screen. Wagner outside. At the elbow, it's Bird. 6 to shoot. Over Tatum. And it's White with the rebound.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the look they want. It's tough working the mid-range area.
He can't hit that time. Bird with some nice D. Miller, the pass to Dosunmu. Bird outside. Here's Van Vliet. He's got 7. Back to Bird. Over Porzingis. And Bird with the basket on the assist from Van Vliet. Bird's got 37.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
Love the selflessness. Tatum willing to give it up whenever he sees an open teammate.
On the wing, Bird. From the corner. Rebound, Boston. Tatum's got 6 rebounds in the game. And Brown throws it down.
Flashing his athleticism there. Once Brown gets solid interior positioning, he's focused on jamming it home.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. White against Miller. White with the defensive effort. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. 6-point game. Over in the corner, Brown. From 8. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
And look, Brown is good at capitalizing inside, which is why the defense has to push him further away.
Now here's Van Vliet. 7 points in the game. Bird outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
After draining 3 triples in the first half, he doesn't have any in the second half. I know he's disappointed, but he needs to remain aggressive.
Now Van Vliet after Jaylen Brown's three-pointer that didn't go. Dosunmu finds Van Vliet. Bird outside. He got it again. Sensational.
It's unbelievable. He's now 5th in the number of 40-point games in a single season.
One of the more bankable scorers this league has ever seen. You have to marvel at his consistency. His scoring has been eye-opening. Miller dishes to Bird. Over White. And it's Bird missing. Celtics trail by 7. Here's Pritchard. Hasn't made one yet. Here's Tatum. Bird with some nice D. Miller, the pass to Wagner. Count that one. Wagner's got his second bucket.
Well, that's where Wagner can bully you. So strong in close.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Kristaps Porzingis.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Horford against Wagner. They get a hand on it. Caruso, the pass to Christie. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, not only is Caruso unselfish, he just has a great feel for the game.
And the Celtics making a change here. Fournier is checked in.
Christie at 1 for 1.
And Christie, no good on that one. Celtics trail by 11. Here's Brown. Outside Fournier. Here's Hauser. Sinks the three-pointer. Hauser's got 5.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Pass to Wagner. Caruso with the ball. Now here's Pippen. Takes the 3. Craig pulls it in. 1:32 left in the third. Brown against Christie. Brown with it. He's got 22. Outside Fournier. Clock at 6. It's good from about 19 feet. 1:07 left in the third quarter. And here's Pippen. He has yet to score. Now here's Caruso. From 13, fires from 18. Dosunmu's shot is off. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Christie against Fournier. Pass to Brown. Here's Hauser. His three-pointer's off the mark. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Caruso looking for an opening. Pippen with it. Here's Christie. 6 points for him. And the layup falls. 8 points for him.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Up 8. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Well, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. They've got Pippen. Wagner out there with Dosunmu. And it's Alex Caruso. And it's Christie in at the 2 guard. Now Dosunmu. After Jason Tatum missed on that last three-pointer. from 15 feet away. And that one's good. Wagner.
Yeah, Wagner is a physical player. He's someone that embraces having to finish through contact.
Pass to Hauser. Knocked away. Pippen with the steal. Here's the break. And here they go. The big dunk at the end of the break.
In the flick of a switch, going from defense to offense.
And the speed of that transition score. From defense to offense, able to take advantage before they can get set.
Now here's Tatum. Launches it. Bangs home the trifecta. Tatum's got 24.
Well, he's been more confident shooting it since the half. Let's see if that trend continues.
Caruso up top. Christie against Tatum. Christie the pass to Dosunmu. 5 to shoot. Here's Caruso. The rebound by the Celtics. Horford's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Celtics trail by 9. Tatum on the wing. Pass to Hauser. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got assist number 8 here in this one already. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Here's Christie. Rebound, Boston. Horford's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Walsh. The kick out to Tatum. Kept alive by Boston. Yes, that goes in.
And you can just see by the way he fought for the putback that he's still got a lot of gas in the tank.
Well, that's all about effort. He knows how much each bucket means right now, and he's clearly willing to fight for it.
Pritchard, he's checked in for Boston. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, well, during the break, I was able to catch the message the visiting team coach gave to his team. And he was real calm during the timeout. He was smiling when he told the team, we're up. Game plan is working. Go out there and have fun. It's always fun when you're up late. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. Celtics trail by 5. And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th quarter. Pass to Horford. Tatum on the wing. Guarded by Simmons. Caruso grabs the miss. Gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. The dunk with the foul on top of it. So strong.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Free throw good, Christie. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Tatum with the screen on Pippen. Here's Pritchard. And the 3 off target. Gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. Over in the corner, Caruso. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
And that pass-first nature of Simmons, outstanding at understanding when his teammates are open.
Offensive rebound, pass to Pritchard. Craig with a screen on Pippen. Pritchard, and it's off from 3-point range. Now Pippen. Simmons inside. Tatum on him. Here's Christie. Craig pulls it in. Craig's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Pritchard passes to Hauser. Christie with the rebound. gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. And Simmons kicks to Caruso. Outside Pippen. Simmons passes to Pippen. Shot clock at 5. Bull inside. Craig defending. Bull, that's good.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Now, here's Craig. Will it go? That's good from Horford on the assist by Tatum. Tatum's got 9 assists now tonight.
Look, Tatum draws so much attention. Someone's bound to be open.
Here's Pippen. Pass to Christie. A three-pointer, no good. Celtics trail by 10. Here's Hauser. Out to the right wing. Here's Pritchard. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Now, here's Bull. And Horford pulls it down. Horford's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Tatum dishes to Horford. Back to Tatum. Back to Horford. The trade. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
And Coach can't like what he's seeing, trying to get them refocused.
Yeah, you have to take a timeout in a situation like this. Stop the bleeding a bit and regroup.
Brown against Miller. Pass to Bull. Back to Miller. On the wing, Bird. Guarded by Tatum. Just 3 to shoot. Bull setting the pick for Bird. Over Tatum. A nice shot by Bird. Bird's got 42 in the game.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
The 3 from Tatum. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
Gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the 4th, and even 50%. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. Back to Bird. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. 44 points for Larry Bird.
A great pass by Van Vliet. His first job on this squad is to facilitate.
Outside, White. Here's Brown. Brown jams it in.
Yeah, we know Brown loves some aerial theatrics, and he really went all out there.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the 4th. The 3 from Porzingis. And it's Bird with the rebound. Bird's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Fires the 3. Drops in the tray. Bird's got 47 points.
Well, they wouldn't be in the position they're in without his contribution. He has tormented this defense tonight.
And here's Brown outside. Hits it from 3-point range.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the 4th quarter. Van Vliet with it. Bird outside. Pass to Miller. Great play by Bird to set it up. Bird's got 4 assists now tonight.
Already, Miller showing he has no problem in the big moments. How about the gut from that young man?
Now here's Brown.
And, you know, he hasn't been able to get to the line as much as he did in that first half. Credit the defense for making the adjustment.
First team foul. At the line, Jason Tatum. At the line for 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
And it's the attention to detail that sets Tatum apart from most players in our league.
No luck that time either.
Well, that's not the focus we're used to seeing from him at the line. He's usually rock solid from there.
Bird passes to Van Vliet. Simmons left side. Pass to Bird. Shot clock at 6. A fader. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Oh, and the jam by Tatum.
Hey, you need some points? Tatum is your guy.
Outside, Simmons. Pass to Miller. And he drives in, and it's Miller with the jam.
And Miller moves well for a guy his size and finds the shot there off the drive.
And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Over Simmons. Tatum's shot is off. Gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Pass to Bird. 1:35 left in the 4th quarter. Outside, Simmons. Back to Bird. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Celtics trail by 5. And here is Tatum. It's sent back down by Simmons.
The length. Simmons just overpowering with that reach.
Bird finds Bull. Misses from short range. Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I love when everyone can get involved. A full team effort.
One of the high points for them in this game at 54%. Bird against Tatum, and that's an intentional foul. And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
Quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Simmons dishes to Bird. They double-team Bird. Van Vliet passes to Bird. 5 on the clock. Here's Bull. Back to Bird.
Well, Tatum has some length on him. That really helps him be so effective on defense.
Busted. No good that time either. So they foul intentionally.
Porzingis, second personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for the away team, Larry Bird, taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
Good job converting at the line and helping to build this lead.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're down by 7. Guys, what's your take?
Licking their wounds. It hasn't come together for them tonight.
But they're not going down without a fight. They'll keep game planning and playing until the final whistle.
Here's Pritchard. Off target with his 3. Bird inside the 3-point line. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Larry Bird.